start. So let's start with Google buys Fitbit. So as you hear, Google put a bid up for Fitbit last week, and Fitbit announced that they will be like working with Google now. They even sent out an email to all the Fitbit subscribers, saying that there's no immediate plans for change, but they are working with Google. And this is what I thought. It's one of two things. It's either very good for Google or very bad for Fitbit. Because Google, if it decides to just utilize Fitbit the way it has built itself up, the brand has, because we've talked before between like the best smartwatches, and we concluded that for Android, unless you have Samsung and a Samsung phone and using Samsung Watch, like Fitbit is probably the best smartwatch out there. And Apple is its own thing. If Google decides to keep that ecosystem with Fitbit, or keep Fitbit the way it is, and not try to use the Wear OS that Google has been building and try to push it on Fitbit, but instead utilize Fitbit's operating system in their smartwatches, and then just incorporate Google Apps with that
would be
ecosystem.
ideal.
That would be ideal, because then Fitbit can continue on the way it was. Google gets a watch that actually works
well.
The ecosystem that Fitbit has is pretty limited, but if it all of a sudden gets access to all the Google apps and Google Fit and all the apps that link with Google Fit, you just have a more robust ecosystem there to customize what you want. I think that would be the great thing. The other way to look at this is if Google decides to push the Wear OS on Fitbit, destroying like the Fitbit's operating system that it currently uses, that it effectively makes it kind of a worse program. And if Google pushes the Google Fit on Fitbit as well, to make it so that Fitbit essentially throws off to the side everything that it's done in order to utilize the Google's architecture, which has been shown to not make great watches. So I don't know why they would do that, but they are the bigger company of the two.
But you would think that they are buying Fitbit because they recognize that Fitbit has a good product. You would think that that is the logical conclusion here, and that moving forward they would keep that better product. That if Google actually had a better product, they would not have needed to buy Fitbit. But such things have happened before, so
yeah. In the past, the other hardware manufacturers that Google have bought was the HTC, who they turned into making their Pixels. So they essentially wiped out the HTC line of phones just to make them build Pixel. Wait, was it that HTC bought? It bought one of those developers. I'm pretty sure it was HTC that it bought. Let me fact check this. But what do you think about the acquisition?
I mean, what we just said, that if Google keeps the best things about Fitbit, what really made Fitbit better, and the desirable company that it was, the desirable product that it has, then hopefully it'll ultimately be a good thing. But just reiterating what you've said, if they don't, and Google just instead decides to steamroll over and do their own thing under the Fitbit branding, I think that would be rather unfortunate.
Yeah, so this is Google did buy Fitbit, or not Fitbit. Google did buy HTC, at least the mobile division of it, and that's where we get the Pixel lineup, and then they also bought the Nest, and they have required Nest to build a new architecture system for them that has been causing problems. Overall, I think if you're a new Nest adopter after the acquisition, you probably aren't having these problems. You probably are enjoying it.
It's just the people that had it and are now having to try to integrate
Yeah.
it with as what they had that was Nest only.
Yeah. I don't think that same thing would happen though with the Fitbit. If Google decided to roll over Fitbit and require its Wear OS be used, it wouldn't just be the changeover, but I think just down the line that whole thing would be bad. I think the Fitbit has created a great product, and really it just needs to integrate with Google for the extra apps, like the extra ecosystem that it could have access to. Having Google Pay would be great, because right now Fitbit had to build its own pay system, which it's also fine, like it can keep it, but Google has more power over that. Thank you for watching Tech Talks. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.